Dope, 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 let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick, I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Your bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most. I tell her, little bitch, she so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me. Niggas, they wanna fight, they some wrestlers.
As on his journey, he finds clues that would eventually lead him to Kisame. With Kisame not allowing Sakura to pass through, it was up to Sasuke to defeat his brother. Their battle would be even closer here due to the secret training that Danzo had done with Sasuke during the time skip. No one had known about it, but the two of them, well, this training had proved to be useful for Sasuke, as he was able to master a multitude of jutsu and techniques that improved his skills over and over again. With the Battle of Brothers happening, we would pan over to Kisame, dead on the ground with a crater around him, as Sakura stood over him with blood on her hands, smiling. Now, I can go help Sasuke. As the masked man would see this, he sighed. Kisame was a useful ally, but now wasn't the time to worry about that. Since he couldn't find the body of Nagato or Konan, he needed Sasuke to be an ally. Rain would begin to fall on the battlefield, but when arriving to it, the masked man could already see Sakura healing a passed out Sasuke. Well, that'll just be one more body we'll have to add. The masked man uses Kamui to appear next to Sakura and goes to strike her. He pierces her body against a rock with a blade, saying no hard feelings, but then Sakura speaks from behind him. Yeah, I thought you'd appear here. Madara turns back to see Sakura standing behind him, looking back at the wall to see Kisame's body stabbed. Sakura then holds up her hand, sending Madara flying through the rocks. Since when was this possible for her to do that? As he looks up, he doesn't see Sakura. Instead, he sees Naruto. I've been waiting for this for quite some time now. This is where I feel it would be good to go over the abilities of Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan, as his right eye has immense control, as he can control the pure chakra within his body, utilizing it to a minimum or maximizing its output. This eye also lets Naruto harness his chakra into the physical world without hand signs to create an insane defense. As his left eye is Suigetsu, a genjutsu that takes control over its target's senses completely. Once it's activated, it remains on a target until Naruto removes it. As with all of this, Naruto looks towards his opponent. An orange chakra flares up around his body. You ready, Kurama? Naruto then rushes in towards Madara, only to go right through him. However, wooden spikes come through the ground, stabbing into his foot. Madara then jumps to a tree branch, looking down at Naruto, who is gone, as now a hand was through his chest. Obito then retreats to the Kamui dimension and begins to think of a new plan. But this is when Naruto teleports in using the flying Raijin. You know, this is where it's truly going to end. I don't plan to drag out this fight, simply because you've killed my father. But I think someone else wants you to suffer. Naruto now holds up a blade, showing off a four-tailed state. This should be just enough to end our battle, don't you think, Madara? With the masked man trying to figure out how to avoid Naruto's next attack, he was already right in front of him. As he put a hand on his shoulder. Don't act like you can dodge it. You can't even sense it coming. The power that I've gained is beyond your imagination. The masked man goes to jump away, but his eye is ripped out, trapping him inside the dimension. Well, I'm done here. You can handle the rest, Kurama. Naruto switches places with the beast, and when he wakes back up, there were no remains of the man's body, only the mask. Naruto picks it up and teleports back to Sasuke, seeing him wake up to his brother just barely being alive. Naruto watches Itachi speak his final words to his younger brother, telling him of what Danzo had truly done and what truly happened within the village. With both of them hearing this, Sasuke would also unlock his Mangekyo Sharingan, turning around to see Naruto, asking what they should do. Sasuke was so confused in this moment, impressionable. Naruto only held out his hand, asking if Sasuke wished to change the world with him. He helped him up and the two would take the body of Itachi back to the Leaf Village. Arriving weeks later at night, the two would sneak in, using Naruto's ability to coat themselves in chakra to block out the Yamanaka detection. Making it towards the Anbu headquarters, they snuck around, ambushing two guards and taking their outfits. Danzo sat in his office, wondering when Sasuke would return from his mission to get more training. If he can get that Uchiha under his control, he could kill the Hokage and take control of this village. A knock on the door is then heard, as two Anbu walk into the room. Lord Danzo, we've spotted Sakura and Sasuke entering the village once again. Danzo nods, saying that they should go to greet Sasuke. But Danzo turns around, and then Naruto cuts off both of his arms. Sasuke would stab a kunai into Shisui's eye. This is where it ends, Danzo. No more of your treason. Sasuke looks down at him with his EMS. And, with the memories of his family flooding in, tears would fall from his eyes. All of it was taken away because of you. You don't deserve an easy death. Rotten hell. Amaterasu. Flame control. The black flames would appear, burning Danzo until nothing was left of him. Now, with him dead, Naruto and Sasuke turned back to the base of the Anbu. And they would decide to kill every member in the facility. As when morning rose, they returned to the Hokage, telling her that they wish to attend the Kage Summit as her guards. She would nod, and a week later the three of them were seen in the room with all the other Kage and their own respective guards. The first topic of discussion was that of the Akatsuki. There were no remaining members alive, so there could potentially be peace among the villages. However, Naruto and Sasuke told the other Kage to remain silent. Naruto then begins to speak. Because of the old ways, many powerful clans have been lost to time, as they were either hunted down or slowly thinned out. And because of that, because of your ideals that you have in place, Jinchuriki like myself are seen less than human, bottomless creatures just to be used. And with this system that you all have still in place, well, because it's still in power, we'll have to change a system like that if you truly do want peace. Anoki, the Tsuchikage, asked what Naruto was suggesting. Tsunade then looked to Naruto, asking if he was sure about this, and Naruto nodded. He then sat silent for a moment, closing his eyes, opening them, standing straight back up in front of all the Kage, with his hands up. I'm asking all of you to step down as Kage and elect a new one to replace you. As of now, and as you are now, you can't visualize a new world for our shinobi to live peacefully. So step down and let the next generation take charge. Whether you believe we're ready or not, it's what has to be done. The room was silent until the Raikage asked what would happen if they refused this offer. Naruto then turned on his Kekkei Genkai and stood at the head of the table, slamming his sword into it, shaking the room. Well, I guess it's another war on our hands, because I'm not taking no for an answer. So, who sides with me? Everyone was silent, but Gaara stood up first, siding with the Leaf Village and Naruto, but the rest of the Kage would refuse. Naruto looks to Tsunade, who stands up, wishing the other Kage luck, as the Leaf and the Sand would leave this meeting. As she says on her way out, that they will show no mercy at all. The Fourth Great Shinobi War was declared on this date, with the Leaf and Sand against all other nations. Naruto didn't care if this was the right path or not. All he cared about was creating a new world for the future generation. But he could tell that Tsunade was a soft leader, so through this war he knew he had to prove himself if he wanted to become the sixth Hokage. The Leaf meets with their elected generals for the war and begins strategizing on what they should do first. With the head of the Nara clan, Shukaku, advising their forces to first cut off the stone from the cloud. Doing this isolates all the other nations because the mist was already on an island isolated. With the mist far apart, the Sand could gatekeep them away from the other villages with their reinforcements. Hearing this, Naruto brings up the problem of their Jinchuriki. and he states that he'll handle them, so don't worry about that. So, the Leaf and Sand begin their first plan of attack, which was actually defense. Naruto sends a clone that heads to the port of the Mist Village with the Sand and their own shinobi. No ships could get through. As well as in the water, Naruto created giant wooden spikes that would rip through any ships if they tried to cross over. While monitoring the docks, days later, the three-tailed Jinchuriki could be seen standing on the water with hundreds of shinobi behind him. Naruto's clone goes up in smoke, and the real Naruto appears using the flying Raijin moments later, as he would be smiling. The three tails, huh? Naruto looked up, turning back to Gaara. Gaara, tell your men to stand down. I'll handle this on my own. Naruto, are you sure? Naruto nods, pulling out his blade and activating his Sharingan. Yeah, it'll be just fine. Naruto steps onto the water, feeling a little amused. Kurama warns him of the Three Tails' ability to manipulate the ground. Well, the water itself, but Naruto laughs. I just need to get close to Yagura and it's over. Naruto lifts his head, asking once more if they truly wish to do this, and the Mist Village doesn't have to suffer. Yagura doesn't, well, he does speak, pointing towards Naruto. And his fleet of shinobi move in towards the nine-tailed Jinchuriki. Naruto would sigh, rushing him with chakra flowing around his body. As the first kunai can't even make contact with them, he then blitzed the first wave of shinobi with his base speed alone, ripping through them as if they were actually there. This is when more of the Jonin in the battle would join in, contesting Naruto a little bit, with jutsu that would force him to avoid. Temari asked Gaara if he was sure about letting Naruto fight on his own, but Gaara shook his head. I guess we'd just be in his way. He has something up his sleeve. And the reason he's fighting like this is to minimize the deaths in our village. He's taking on the burden on himself. Temari calls that pretty noble until turning to see Naruto's sadistic face while fighting. Or maybe he's just crazy. Yagura then lands a punch on Naruto that sends him flying down into the water. Naruto teleports back to the surface, cutting him across the back with his blade. Don't make this any harder than it needs to be. As Naruto pointed his blade, he noticed that he was completely surrounded. Alright, let's finish this. He used the multi-shadow clone jutsu to even out the numbers, causing Yagura to transform into the Three Tails and to begin attacking the clones. As he smashes them like ants, using tail beast bombs to destroy Naruto's wooden golems when he creates them, and other creations that he tries. With Naruto now looking up, asking for mercy, Yagura was confused. This wasn't like him at all. Gaara and his shinobi looked on in amazement and a little bit of fear. So this is the true power of the Sharingan. Quite scary indeed. Yagura looked down once again, now seeing his own men killed by his hands. What have I done? Naruto then sits behind him on the head of the tail beast, yawning. No. What did you make me do? Yagura turns around only to be wrapped in a wooden seal, as his tail beast was constricted by wooden dragons. With neither of them being able to move, Naruto says goodbye to his fellow Jinchuriki, killing him and setting his tail beast free, as it was dispersed. With that out of the way, Naruto now walks back to Gaara, creating a clone that goes with his forces to invade the Mist and finish the takeover. Kill their Kage, and show those who are against us no mercy. Meanwhile this was going on, Killer Bee and the Raikage were trying to get a hold of the Mizukage, but there was no luck at all. This is when a strange voice was heard. It's too late. Naruto has already taken over the Mist as of today. The white Zetsu appears, telling the Raikage that he stands no chance without some help. This is when a deal was made between the two. The Leaf would later get word that one of their teams had been ambushed and a prisoner was taken, with that being Yamato. At a meeting, Tsunade and her strategists were trying to figure out why he was taken, but then Sasuke entered as he throws some scrolls to the table, sighing. This is from me and Kakashi's Anbu squad. One of our members had been scouting the cloud and this is the intel he gained before he died, revealing that the Cloud was using Yamato to create a wooden army. With the Leaf, with that information, the Leaf would have to make a decision soon, to attack the Cloud or the Stone. With all knowledge that they have, they put all their efforts into the first attack on the Cloud. Sasuke, Kakashi, and Might Guy will lead a separate attack on the Stone. Naruto prepares himself, and he begins to head towards the Cloud with his own militia, just to scout at first. They follow his command and travel slowly into the land of lightning. Once entering, the White Zetsu would be on guard, but they kill them with ease. Now, with them getting even closer to their goal, Naruto notices something is off. He gets a strange feeling, as this is when the 2 and 8 Tails will begin attacking him. Killer Bee and Yugito both send Naruto flying as they chase after him, throwing punches that hit him hard. Naruto begins to regain focus, taking the full force of their attacks while healing after every hit. Suddenly, he catches each of their punches, asking if this is something they really wanted to do. Each of them said that it didn't have to be this way, but Naruto sighed, saying that this is the choice that they have forced him to make. As he then says that the system in place has caused too much pain and suffering, so I'll change the world myself. Before they could even react, Naruto had entered a perfect KCM state, sending each of them flying. First going for the 8 Tails and obliterating Killer Bee. You say you want change, but I think it was your village who killed some of the Hyuga and tried to capture some for your own. Or was it the Cloud that tried to claim to be superior, but never helped in any battle with the Akatsuki? You claim to be oh so high and mighty, so I'll knock all of you back down to where you belong. As Naruto gets ready to hit Killer Bee with the finishing move, the Raikage forces him to dodge, and then Naruto is surrounded. Naruto looks around him, at all of them with pity. You know, this is a battle that I prepared for too long. Actually, it seems that my whole life, every moment, every fight, every tear I've shed, and every friend I've lost has led to this battle, and I don't plan to lose it all. And you know what? I don't need this. Naruto states he won't even use a Sharingan in this fight. He has something better in store for them. But first, Naruto then teleports behind Black Zetsu, who was so confused, not knowing if he could move or anything. But then, he was sealed instantly. With him gone, I'll end this and create a new world order. You ready to finally let loose, Kurama? Naruto enters Kurama Link mode, with the 9 Tails now appearing in its glowing-like state and roaring for the battle to begin. The other Jinchuriki in the area would actually enter their own tail beast form. But Naruto wasn't done here. Instead, a silver-like armor then appears around Kurama, with 2 extra hands forming as well, as 2 blades would fill each side. But as this happens, another purple Susanoo would appear next to Kurama, as Sasuke had arrived thanks to his EMS. The battle will be magnificent, but a complete wash. With these 2 and wood release at their disposal, the remaining Jinchuriki would be killed, and those tail beasts would be set free. With the Raikage taking his final breath in this battle, Inoki would surrender as well. Naruto still had him banished from the stone, as well as his followers and advisors. With each Kage spot now open, a new Kage was selected and elected, and Naruto would be the 6th Hokage of the Leaf Village, with Sasuke and Shikamaru as his advisors. A new age for shinobi would begin here, where they would have peace in a sense, but there was still hatred for the Leaf and even Naruto, but there was nothing they could do about it. And with Naruto as the 6th Hokage of the Leaf, they expanded their control over different neighboring lands, and also helped the Sand expand their own territory. As at first no one liked him as a Kage, especially the others, but soon they saw how beneficial Naruto was. Naruto would be seen at his desk, asking Kurama if he wanted to be separate from him, but the beast snarls, saying he wished to stay with Naruto. He's pretty interesting. Naruto would also smile, looking up at the Hokage stone faces to see his own. Seems that I could finally rest, you know? This is when Shikamaru and Sasuke walk in with stacks of paper, claiming his break to be over. Naruto sighed, getting aggravated a little bit, but then continues his work, as this is where our story would end. If you made it to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, as I really wanted to end this one a little different, as I think this version of Naruto would take a different route for his own story, his own destiny, due to his upbringing, as it's sort of a bittersweet ending, which I don't think I've ever done before. If you like this type of content and wish to see more stories just like this one, then like this video and consider subscribing to my channel, as this is Zero, and I'll catch you all on the next one.